Hello everyone, welcome back. Just going to jump right into it. Which of the following concepts allows an organization to group large number of servers together in order to deliver a common service? The answer is A, clustering. Anytime you connect multiple computers to work or act together as a single server, it is known as clustering. Which of the following wireless security technologies continuously supplies new keys for WEP? It is A, TKIP. TKIP is a suite of algorithms that works as a wrapper to WEP, which allows users of legacy to WLAN equipment to upgrade to TKIP without replacing hardware. TKIP uses the original WEP programming but wraps additional code beginning and the end to encapsulate and modify it. To help prevent unauthorized access to PCs, a security administrator implements screensavers that lock the PC after 5 minutes of inactivity. Which of the following controls is being described in this situation? It is C, technical. Controls such as preventing unauthorized access to PCs and applying screensavers that lock the PC after 5 minutes of inactivity is a technical control type. When a communications plan is developed for disaster recovery and business continuity plans, the most relevant items to include would be it's both A and B. Methods and templates to respond to press requests, institutional and regulatory reports requirements, and methods to exchange essential information to and from all response team members, employees, suppliers, and customers. An untrained individual is watching a proprietary video on Peter's laptop without his knowledge. Which of the following does this describe? B, shoulder surfing. Looking at information on a computer screen without the computer's user's knowledge is known as shoulder surfing. A company's business model was changed to provide more web presence, and now its ERM software is no longer able to support the security needs of the company. The security data will continue to provide network and security services. Which of the following network elements would be used to support the new business model? It's A, software as a service. Software as a service, or SaaS, allows for demand online access-specific software applications or suites without having to install it locally. Kind of like right now, I'm using a software called Screencast-O-Matic. It's an application on a website. I don't have to actually download it at all. I can just use it. Whoops. Which of the following network design elements allows for many internal devices to share one public IP address? It's B, PAT. Port Address Translation is an extension to Network Address Translation, also NAT, that permits multiple devices on a local area network to be mapped to a single public IP address. The goal of PAT is to conserve IP addresses. A malicious individual is attempting to write too much data to an application's memory. Which of the following describes this type of attack? C, buffer overflow. A buffer overflow occurs when a program or process tries to store more data in a buffer, temporary data storage area, than it was intended to hold. After visiting a website, a user receives an email thanking them for a purchase which they did not request. Upon investigation, the security administrator sees the following source code in a pop-up window: perform purchase. Which of the following has most likely occurred? C, XSRF, or cross-site request forgery, applies to web applications and is an attack that exploits the web application's trust of a user who knows or is supposed to have been authenticated. This is often accomplished without the user's knowledge. Matt, an IT administrator, wants to protect a newly built server from zero-day attacks. Which of the following would provide the best level of protection? The answer is A, HIPS. Intrusion Prevention System, IPS, also known as Intrusion Detection System and Prevention System, IDPS, are network security appliances that monitor network and/or system activities for malicious activity. The main functions of intrusion prevention systems are to identify malicious activity, log information about this activity, and attempt to block or stop and report it. The system administrator is receiving the following logs from the company's web server. Which of the following is this an example of? As we can see, they're trying to get directory listing PHP user admin pass admin 1, admin 2, 1 admin, 2 admin. The answer is D, online hybrid attack. This is an example of an online hybrid attack. A hybrid attack is a combination of attacks. In this example, we have a combination of a dictionary attack and a brute force attack. So as you can see, we see admin 1, admin 2, 1 admin, 2 admin. Basically, a brute force attack is trial and error method used to obtain information such as user password or personal information, PIN number. They're using brute force, but also a dictionary to try to see if there's this admin or just mixing numbers and matching them together. Hopefully, eventually, that they'll be able to log in with it. And honestly, nowadays, so many people use just admin for both the username and password for things. So definitely change that if you're still using something like that. Or like 1234 or anything simple like that. Definitely change it. A new MPLS network link has been established between a company and its business partner. The link provides a logical isolation in order to prevent access from other business partners. Which of the following should be applied in order to achieve confidentiality and integrity of all data across this link? Correct answer is C, IPsec VPN tunnels on top of the MPLS link. IPsec can be very well used with MPLS. IPsec could provide VPN tunnels on top of the MPLS link. Internet Protocol Security IPsec is a tunneling protocol, but it's used in conjunction with tunneling protocols. IPsec is oriented primarily towards LAN-to-LAN connections, but can be used with dial-up connections as well. IPsec provides secure authentication and encryption of data and headers. This makes it a good choice for security. The security manager must store a copy of sensitive document and needs to verify at a later point that the document has not been altered. Which of the following will accomplish the security manager's objective? The answer is C, MD5. A corporation is looking to expand their data center but has run out of physical space in which to store hardware. Which of the following would offer the ability to expand while keeping their current data center operated by internal staff? That is A, virtualization. Virtualization allows a single set of hardware to host multiple virtual machines. This actually we've done using crossover cables before. Basically made two computers think that they were each the server for this application. And it's basically virtualized the server. Or you can actually have virtualized machines themselves, kind of like how in the medical-wise, we use things like CHCS. It's all internal, all our own virtual server or virtual machines. A system security analyst using an enterprise monitoring tool notices an unknown internal host exfiltrating files to several foreign IP addresses. Which of the following would be an appropriate mitigation technique? Answer is B, rogue machine detection. Rogue machine detection is the process of detecting devices on the network that should not be there. If a user brings in a laptop and plugs into the network, the laptop is a rogue machine. The laptop could cause problems on the network. Any device on the network that should not be there is classed as rogue. Which of the following is best used to break a group of IP addresses into smaller network segments or blocks? D, subnetting. Subnetting is a dividing process used on networks to divide larger groups of hosts into smaller collections. One of the most consistently reported software security vulnerabilities that leads to major exploits is D, poor input validation. With coding, there are standards that should be observed. Of these standards, the most fundamental is input validation. Attacks such as SQL injection depend on unfiltered input being sent through the web application. This makes the software vulnerable that can be exploited. There are two primary ways to input validation: client-side validation and server-side validation. An auditor's report discovered several accounts with no activity for over 60 days. The accounts were later identified as contractor accounts who would be returning in 3 months and would need to resume the activities. Which of the following would mitigate and secure the auditor's findings? A. Disable unnecessary contractor accounts and inform the auditor of the update. A disabled account cannot be used as disabled. Whenever an employee leaves a company, the employee's user account should be disabled. The question states that the account or contractor's accounts would be returning in 3 months. Therefore, it would be easier to keep the accounts rather than deleting them, which would require the accounts to be recreated 3 months later, which means they could also lose data. So we're just going to disable the accounts until they get back. Emily, an application developer, implemented error and exception handling alongside input validation. Which of the following does this help prevent? I just talked about this a little bit ago. A. Buffer overflow. Buffer overflow is an exploit at programming error, bugs, and flaws. It occurs when an application is fed more input data that is programmed to handle. Now, this could get confused with fuzzing. Fuzzing is used to actually detect little bugs and stuff, but this is actually trying to prevent buffer overflow. Several employees clicked on a link in a malicious message that bypassed the spam filter, and their PCs were infected with malware as a result. Which of the following best prevents the situation from occurring in the future? C. Security awareness training. Security awareness training include explaining policies, procedures, and current threats to both users and management. A security awareness and training program can do much to assist your efforts and improve maintain security. Using a heuristic system to detect an anomaly in a computer's baseline. A system administrator was able to detect an attack even though the company's signature-based IDS and antivirus did not detect it. Further analysis revealed that the attacker had downloaded an executable file onto the company PC from the USB port and executed it to trigger a privilege escalation flaw. Which of the following attacks has most likely occurred? B. Zero-day attack. Zero attack, when you think about it, it's not picked up by the IDS or the antivirus, which means the signatures and stuff for that were never even registered to be able to be seen. Therefore, luckily, the baseline showed up as something was kind of just off, and they were able to actually see that there was an attack happening. So that's a 0 day. A network administrator has recently updated their network devices to ensure redundancy is in place so that C. Single points of failure are removed. Redundancy refers to the systems that are either duplicated or fail over to other systems in the event of a malfunction. The best way to remove SPOF from your environment is to add redundancy. Have fail-safes, basically. Customers' credit card information was stolen from a popular video streaming company. A security consultant determined that the information was stolen while in transit from the gaming consoles of a particular vendor. Which of the following methods should the company consider to secure this data in the future? D. Encrypted TCP wrappers. Wrapping sensitive systems with specific control is required when protecting data in transit. TCP wrappers are also security controls. TCP wrappers is a host-based networking ACL system used to filter network access to Internet Protocol servers on Unix-like operating systems such as Linux. Peter, an employee, is terminated from the company and the legal department needs a document from his encrypted hard drive. Which of the following should be used to accomplish this task? Please select 2. The answer is B. Recovery agent, and D. Key escrow. If an employee leaves, we need to access the data he is encrypted, and we need to use key recovery agent to retrieve his decryption key. And if key needs to be recovered for legal purposes, the key escrow can be used. Alright, I'm going to jump to the next video, guys. Thank you.